It was a typical Monday night in the suburban town of Brookfield when 16-year-old Lucy Montgomery was relaxing in her bedroom. Lucy had medium-length blonde hair and green eyes and was petite at 5'3". She was aimlessly scrolling through social media on her rose gold iPhone 12, liking posts from friends and watching funny TikTok videos. Around 10:30 p.m., Lucy's phone buzzed with a text notification from an unknown number. She opened the message, which simply read, "Want to play a game?" Lucy didn't recognize the number, which had a local area code but no name attached to it. She figured it was a wrong number and exited out to continue browsing Instagram. A few minutes later, another text popped up from the same mysterious number. "Join us, it will be fun," the message said cryptically. Lucy was perplexed. Who was texting her from this random number, and how did they get her contact info? She hesitated, unsure if she should reply, but decided against it and went back to watching makeup tutorials. When Lucy's phone buzzed again close to 11 p.m., she felt a knot form in her stomach. This time the text said, "You can't escape the game. See you soon." Lucy's pulse quickened as a chill ran down her spine. This was getting creepy. She quickly locked her phone, plugged it into charge, and turned off the bedside light. As Lucy tried to fall asleep, she couldn't stop thinking about who could be sending her these bizarre texts. The next morning, Lucy met up with her best friend Harper Montgomery before class. Harper was also blonde and green-eyed, though taller at 5'7". The two had been close since elementary school. Harper revealed that she also received strange texts the previous night from an unknown number asking her to play a game. Lucy showed Harper the eerie messages on her phone, and Harper's eyes grew wide. Both found it very odd and disturbing that they had been contacted by the same person. At lunch, Lucy's lab partner, Jacob Carter, said he too got creepy texts the night before about playing a game. Jacob had dark hair and stood over 6 feet tall. He was shy but smart, making him a good partner for Lucy in AP chemistry experiments. Jacob showed Lucy his phone discreetly under the cafeteria table. Sure enough, the texts he got were exactly the same as the ones Lucy and Harper received word for word. After school, Lucy and Harper walked home with their friends Isaiah Adams and Olivia Park. Isaiah was funny and outgoing with curly hair, while Olivia was thoughtful and introverted with sleek black hair. Both Isaiah and Olivia hesitantly admitted that they also received the strange gaming texts the prior night. The 5 teens were all confused and unnerved that they had been contacted in the same way by someone they didn't know. In the days that followed, Lucy noticed her friends acting peculiar. Isaiah, who was normally laughing and energetic, had become subdued and morose. He looked drained with unusual dark circles under his eyes. Olivia also appeared exhausted, resting her head on her desk during classes. She confessed to Lucy that she was having intense nightmares whenever she tried to sleep. One morning before first period, Harper called Lucy in tears. She revealed that during the night someone had broken into her bedroom and used red lipstick to scrawl the chilling words, "Play the game," on her mirror. Lucy booked it to Harper's house, which was only 2 blocks away. Standing in Harper's room, Lucy saw the ominous message staring back in crimson. Both girls were thoroughly freaked out. That weekend, Lucy invited her friends over to try to figure out what twisted scheme was being perpetrated against them. As the 5 teens sat in Lucy's bedroom poring over the unsettling texts, Olivia shared that the previous night she heard strange whispers of an unknown voice saying her name over and over. Isaiah revealed that when he returned home after school yesterday, his front door was wide open, though his mom swore she locked it when she left that morning. The group of friends knew in their guts that someone was orchestrating an elaborate and targeted harassment campaign against them. but they had no clues who was behind the creepy texts and break-ins, or what would happen to them if they gave in and played the game as commanded. They all felt trapped in a terrifying mystery straight out of a horror movie. Late one night during the weekend, Lucy was startled awake by the sound of hushed whispers in her dark bedroom. As her eyes adjusted to the shadows, she could make out several tall, faceless figures standing over her bed. The figures were cloaked in black, slowly swaying as they whispered, "Join the game," in unison over and over. Lucy froze in fear, unable to scream. She sank lower under her blankets, hoping she was having a vivid nightmare. But the phantom-like entities persisted, continuing their eerie chant until eventually fading away once dawn's light crept in. The following week at school, things went from bad to worse. Isaiah became so exhausted that he could barely stay awake in class. He would nod off with his head on his desk, looking almost catatonic. Harper arrived at school one day with patches of hair missing from various spots on her head. She confided in Lucy that the hair loss happened overnight for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, Olivia came to school covered in angry bruises, though she couldn't remember where they came from. Lucy herself started feeling like she was being watched during her daily routines. Walking to and from classes, she detected a prickly sensation on the back of her neck, as if unseen eyes were following her every move. At night, Lucy tossed and turned, unable to evade the recurring nightmares of being stalked by a menacing, shadowy figure. The threatening texts demanding that the teens play the game continued without mercy. One night, they all received a photo text from an unknown number of each of their bedrooms with the caption, "I'm always watching." It became horribly clear to the group that this twisted stalker had 24/7 access to their homes. They were trapped in his sadistic web with no escape. After several sleepless nights, the 5 friends looked like zombies, each exhibiting the physical and mental effects of extreme sleep deprivation and anxiety. Eventually, another text made it abundantly clear they had no choice but to give in to this monster's demands. Play the game or you will suffer grave consequences. Feeling totally helpless, Lucy downloaded the gaming app from the link texted by their tormentor. With heavy trepidation, she entered as a player, as did each of her 4 friends. Once they were all linked in, the nightmare truly began. The app displayed each teen as a colored dot on a map of the neighborhood. Lucy watched in horror as Isaiah's dot moved erratically, indicating he was running down the dark streets. Moments later, his dot vanished. Olivia's dot scrambled around before also disappearing abruptly. Lucy and Harper soon observed Jacob's dot speeding away from an unseen pursuer. Around 4 a.m., the sound of forceful banging on the front door jolted Lucy and Harper awake. They clung to each other, screams stuck in their throats. Lucy's phone rang next to her with a blocked number. She answered with shaking hands. A menacing, garbled voice uttered, "You will all play the game according to my rules or suffer the consequences." After the call ended, Isaiah burst into Lucy's room, face white as a sheet. He said someone was stalking right outside the house, but vanished by the time he made it to the front door. The next evening, Jacob's dot halted on the app map. A Snapchat notification popped up showing a picture of Jacob's unconscious body splayed on his bedroom floor. The image was sent from an unknown account with the text "Nighty Night." Mere minutes later, Harper's dot disappeared as well. Lucy begged and pleaded with their maniacal puppet master to let her friends go and take just her instead, but the app replied in cold blood, "I control this game. No one is safe." Forced to watch the horror unfold, Lucy helplessly observed as Olivia's dot froze and vanished, leaving Lucy as the sole remaining player. Once the sun came up on what felt like the longest night of Lucy's life, a message blinked onto her phone from the gaming app. "Thank you for playing. The game is over. For now." In the light of day, Lucy frantically called each of her 4 friends. No one picked up. She sprinted to all of their houses, only to find the teens had completely disappeared without a trace, just as they did in the sadistic game app. Lucy collapsed to her knees in Harper's empty bedroom, tears streaming down her face. Lucy had no idea if her friends were still alive or if she would ever see them again. Nor could she comprehend the full extent of the unspeakable evil they had encountered through the game. But she knew in her heart that this was only the beginning. The texts promised round 2 would start soon, and next time Lucy feared she may not survive. Beware the games you play, for you never know who's pulling the strings. When darkness calls, resist its siren song or risk losing yourself forevermore. Please like, share, and subscribe for more creepy tales from the netherworld. Thanks for your support. Until next time, sweet dreams.